Hi, Ross Shafer here, and this week's interview is with actress Marcia Wallace. You'll remember her as the irascible secretary from the Bob Newhart show, and I became friends with her when I was hosting the Match Game.
Marcia, what'd you say?
Darling, you can't, I'm sure was very worried about unwanted pregnancies. He wanted a diaphragm.
As for a diaphragm.
Now, you're going to fall in love with Marcia because she's extraordinarily candid with me about her recent losses, and funny when she's talking about becoming a new mom after 50.
Today. Our first guest is best known for her role on the Bob Newhart show, where she played Carol, Bob's wacky secretary.
Would you please welcome Marcia Wallace? Hi, Marcia. Oh, hi. Oh, please come here.
Oh, my God. Well, darling, I was a little thinner in those days, but I haven't taken off my pregnancy weight, never mind my son's adopted. Those adoption stretch marks are murder.
They are murder. But
Yes.
what is it like when you see a clip like that?
Oh, well, it's very unnerving. It was
Is it?
very thin. Very thin. Too thin, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I love this group.
But weren't those great days?
Oh, they were great days. It was a great show. It holds up. It's on Nick at Night,
I know. We're going to see it the rest of our lives.
I know.
Marcia, we are.
Yeah.
Now, what was Bob Newhart like? Was he pleasant to work with?
Oh, pleasant.
Difficult?
Beyond pleasant. No, he's the best, sweetest guy in the world. He's funny. He's a great audience, Most comics just sit there and wait until it's their turn to talk. They go, oh, yeah, that's funny, yeah. Well, but
Yeah.
Bob laughs, and he's just wonderful. As a matter of fact, he did me a wonderful favor. About 6 weeks ago, I was on Murphy Brown, reprising my character. Did anybody see that?
Yeah.
And I was Murphy Brown's 66th secretary, and she loved me. She absolutely loved me. And then Bob, dear sweet Bob, came on in the last 5 minutes as a surprise. He did it as a favor.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nice to do
isn't that great?
I hope that you become a regular on that show.
Oh, from your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I'm available. Oh, it would be my dream.
Sure it would. Oh.
Yeah.
Now, you were in a very unique position in having that character because everything seemed to have to go through you.
I was right there.
You were.
Right behind my desk.
What do secretaries think of your work?
I have spoken to a lot of secretaries group. I was back there in the 70s, but I was a very competent person. Everybody turned to me to get things done. And it wasn't one of those I'll take them if they're breathing kind of women in those days, prop them up and I'll marry you. She was a woman with some standards. They were low, but she had some standards. And actually, I was kind of a trollop, which no one noticed. It was an oversight on America's part. I ran off to Canton, Ohio with with Howard the pilot.
Oh, yeah.
I ran off somewhere with Jerry the dentist. I ran off somewhere else. I was a veritable tramp. Yeah.
And we loved you for it.
I know. Nobody even knows. So that's depressing.
We got to know each other a few years ago when we were both doing the Match Game.
Yes.
And it was really fun to do that. And at that time, you became a new mother. You mentioned Mike, who was your adopted son.
Yes.
And you had such great stories about him.
Well, I got married in my middle years, and I had about 17 minutes of childbearing time left. They say the older you get, the fewer and fewer eggs you have. Well, I had like one old egg on a walker. So I decided I wanted to be a parent. I didn't care about having a baby, so we adopted. My darling, sweet husband and I adopted Mikey. And the great thing about being a parent in your middle years, by the time he turns on me, I'll be deaf. Yeah.
There was a great story. Now, I don't know how we can clean this up for television, but
Oh, I know.
do you know the story?
Well, yes, I know. I don't know if we can, but I have another. Well, the bingo story.
Well, there's a bingo story, but the one I was thinking about is, and this is so true because women who are over 40 years old are having small children now.
Yeah.
And so some people will come up and say, "Oh, what a cute grandchild you have."
I hate that.
Yeah, I know, but
I hate
because you are, I think I can tell us you're a Buddhist.
I am a Buddhist. Yes.
You're very calm. And no, but you're calm and you are in touch with other people's pain. So that if people would say that, you would say, honey, if you notice that an older woman has a young child, you should come up to them and you should say, "Oh, what a lovely son," because she'll be flattered.
Yes.
Not that it's your grandson.
No, no, I mean, I could be his grandmother, but I'm not. And I get tired of it sometimes.
Well, I'm gonna tell the story
Okay.
because what she said that I used to tell them that they would come up and I'd be sweet about that, and I would say just you should be flattery an older woman that it's her son, not her grandchild. That's what I used to say. Marcia says.
Yeah.
What do you say now? Is just go to hell. Would you just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to smack you. It's my son.
Yeah.
But
Now, what's the bingo story?
well, the bingo story we can't tell
Oh.
because we got bleeped within an inch of our lives. But there was the story. You know, as your child grows up, you have to deal with questions about the birds and the bees. And I thought, well, this is one thing I'll be able to handle. I'll be able to handle sex education because, you know, I mean, I'm a grown-up and I can do that, and I don't believe in giving funny little names for various parts of the body and everything. So, but here comes this little kid. And they discover their bodies, you know. Little boys discover their bodies and discover their bodies and discover their bodies. And one day I said to Mikey, Mikey, are you playing with yourself again? He said, Mommy, it wants me to.
Oh man! Oh. Boy, I'm going to use that explanation.
I know. I guess
Oh,
if we had
God.
one, we'd talk to it too. I don't know.
And he travels with you.
Oh, he does. He's not here with me. We just got back from Missouri. He goes on the road with me, my guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
such a sport and funny. Now, and this is, I know that you were very happy about that.
Yeah.
You're a funny woman, but you don't know actually what the personality of your son is going to be,
No,
do you?
no. He's kind and he's funny. You can't, two things that are top-notch in my book.
Oh,
Can't beat that.
I think it's just wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what, there's something else that we should talk about.
Oh, yes, that's
since,
right.
Since
Why
you're
I'm
here,
here.
Marcia is on the cover of Life magazine.
How do you like that?
Look at that. And you got a call from another friend of ours, Joanne Worley.
Yes.
And take a look at that. What'd she
She
tell you?
said, well, could your head be any bigger? It does stick right out there. I was the only redhead in the group.
Yeah.
And there I am.
Oh, there you are. You're talking about breast cancer.
Breast cancer, and that's why I'm in the beautiful town of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I showed up and the weather showed up, so I'll take credit for it. What do you say?
Absolutely. We know it's you. We know
Okay.
it's you.
And tomorrow at noon at the Bon Marché, I've been ever since I had breast cancer 9 years ago, I've done a lot of volunteer work for the American Cancer Society, and now I'm here to speak tomorrow at a special luncheon that will benefit breast cancer and honor moms.
Yeah, sure.
Both
It's
of which-
Mom's Day. Well, Marcia, we have to take a short little break, but when we come, will you spend some more time with us?
Fun, I'm here.
Okay, Marcia Wallace, when we come back, stay with us.
We're back talking with Marcia Wallace.
I hope a lot of you know that Marcia is the voice of Mrs. Krabappel on The Simpsons. And if, now they're going, oh. All right, we're going to show you a Simpsons clip just so that you'll know for sure. Take a look at this.
Well, children, our new ultra-hard posturific chairs have arrived. They've been designed by eminent posturologists to eliminate slouching by the year 3000.
Mrs. Krabappel, I'm having back spasms.
I know they seem a little uncomfortable right now, but eventually your bones will change shape.
I lost all feeling in the left side of my body.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, our school clocks have been running fast all semester. So today, we all have to stay 2 extra hours to make up for the time we lost.
That has to be fun.
That's fun, and we look a lot alike, too, don't we?
No, you look
We
very
do.
similar.
My gosh, I have red hair. Yeah. Well, I'm just never going to watch myself on TV again.
That is excellent writing. Isn't it fun to
Oh,
do
it's
that kind
wonderful writing. It's as good as any sitcom. It's just a great show. I won an Emmy, you know, hon.
Yes, that's right.
Surprised I don't have it welded to my hand. I carried it everywhere forever.
Look, can we take a serious turn with
Sure,
you a little bit?
honey.
This is something that I think that would be interesting for everyone. When we met, you were going through a dream life. You'd
I
met,
had a dream life.
you met Dennis.
I met the wonderful Dennis Hawley. We got married at the Buddhist temple in Cucamonga, California. How many of you can say the same? Raise your hand.
And then your dream home?
We found our dream house, and we adopted our dream boy, and we were just going along singing a song, and then, boy, it just hit the fan big time.
Yeah.
And of all the horrible things that happened, and you thought it couldn't get worse, but the worst being that my darling Dennis got pancreatic cancer and died a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's a tremendous loss, and I'm just now starting to feel like I'm getting some strength back and starting to heal.
You know, we talked about this a little bit backstage, that it makes you a little upset when people don't acknowledge that. But people are uncomfortable. They don't know what to say.
They are, and it's, you know, I mean, death is hard for people, and death of a young person. And it's sort of a disposable society, you know, and so just kind of move it along. But all you really need is for someone to validate the loss. That's all you need. You know you'll get better. You know you were lucky to have them. You know all those things, but you have to come to those things. And you know, it's an interesting thing about a spouse, too. Nobody would ever suggest, you know, you can't replace a child, and you can't really replace parents, but somehow there'll be another spouse out there for you. But your spouse is your one person that you have shared a life with in a way that's incredibly intimate. And no, it's a very big loss.
How's Mikey?
50 menopausal and a widow, just what I always wanted to be when I was a child growing up in Iowa.
Yeah. Well, you're doing nice things now, and taking the story on the road is...
Well, Mikey, Denny was the best parent I ever saw, and we were parents late in life. We were the only people with reading glasses in Toys R Us. Hey, come over here, and can you read the price on these diapers? And so he had and when Denny died at home, and Mikey said, "Is my dad dead?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, let's call the firemen, and they'll come and put water on him, and he'll grow again."
Oh, isn't that the sweetest thing?
So we talk about him all the time. That's another thing. It shouldn't be like an elephant in the middle of the room, you know. A man lived and died and mattered. So when you're around somebody, you know, who's had a tremendous loss, most people yearn to, you know, keep that alive, keep that person alive.
Well, and your work has to be such therapy, isn't it?
Work is incredible, incredibly therapeutic.
And the house, were you able to keep the house?
Just barely, hanging on by my fingernails even as we speak, but hey, it's only a house.
It's only a house, and this is, and I'm going to pat Bob Newhart on the back again. Because when he knew that things were tight, he held a benefit, and a lot of people came to the rescue there.
Yes, Suzanne and Lily Tomlin, David Steinberg, Joanne Worley. It was a great night. It was many ways like him being alive for his memorial service. It was great. And, you know, I mean, I would never not have wanted to have this man in my life. He made my life sing.
Well, it's been a delight, and you're an inspiration to us.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No,
I'm just a woman going through life like everybody else.
Let's look at your attitude. This is, I hope a lot of people are tuning in and watching you do this, because this is the way Marcia lives her life every day. I'm very honored to know you, and glad that you could be a part of our show.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Marcia.